This phone in my hand was the first phone in the world to have a penta-camera setup. It came with 5 cameras, 3 on the back and 2 on the front, and it is easily one of the most underrated phones ever. But you might be surprised to know that this phone has a couple of unique features which no other phone has. The LG V40 was launched in 2018 alongside its strong competitors like Samsung and Apple, and it was launched for around $1000, but you can now get more or less brand new one for around $300 and a little bit less if you go pre-owned. Even though it was not a popular phone of its time, still many users might say that it is one of their favorite phones from LG. Yes, LG is out of smartphone business, and yes, sooner or later the recent LG phones will not be receiving any future updates. But the point is that although LG is out of the smartphone business, it's still the only phone brand whose phone provides you with eccentric features, especially for the price at which you can buy one of these today. So in this video, we are going to see whether LG V40 could be a better deal in comparison with these similarly priced phones, or should you stay away from buying it. So without wasting any time, let's get started. One of the good things about the LG V40 is its audio-centered features. The LG V40 has a hi-fi quad deck which has the ability to extract best quality audio from almost any sort of earphones, and there is an option to turn on the DTS-X surround audio, which is like a cherry on top, because that thing greatly enhances the overall listening experience. With LG V40 in your hand, you won't have to worry about your earphones quality, because whether it is cheap or expensive one, it will sound great, thanks to its dedicated digital to analog converter. I'm sure the smartphone gamers would enjoy this feature a lot. And the story doesn't end with the listening experience. The sound recorder app also provides you with the plenty of manual controls. It has the custom recording option as well as to record in high quality FLAC format. In short, you can record professional quality audio with the LG V40 easily. And that is also one of the reasons how this phone could be a good option for content creators. The phone has 3 very capable cameras on the back. The main camera is a 12 megapixel shooter with an aperture of f1.5. The 2x telephoto camera is also of 12 megapixels with an aperture of f2.4, while the ultra-wide angle lens has a 16 megapixel sensor with an aperture of f1.9. The picture quality of each of these cameras is decent. Pictures are sharp and nicely vivid, but sometimes the HDR does not do a good job, due to which the dynamic range feels a bit weak. In good light conditions, it takes nice looking images, and the low light performance is also very nice, especially when you use the Pro mode. I'm gonna show you photos of each of these cameras, but let us first talk about the video quality. The phone has the strength to shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. The main and telephoto lens is optically stabilized as well, which is an amazing feature, especially when you compare it to similarly priced new budget range phones. You have the option to shoot in multiple formats, and you also do have an option to capture manual video. Yes, LG has been providing us with its manual video mode since V10 for V series. Using that, you can completely change the look of the video you would like to capture, and you also get complete control over the video quality. You can manually control the focus peaking, exposure, and you can also control the audio coming out of its built-in mic or external one in real time. It's a great tool for those who know how to use it. The LG V40's 2x telephoto lens is a plus point. It is optically stabilized and produces quite decent images. And in video mode, when you zoom in up to 10x, the video still looks quite decent, both in terms of sharpness and stabilization. The LG V40 also has a feature known as Cine Video, which basically captures a raw video which you can edit as per your liking in post-production. The camera app also has plenty of onboard presets to choose from. You have the option to apply these or go fully raw. The point zoom toggle is sweet and it really looks cool, which gives the video a cinematic look. So yeah, in the video department, the LG V40 has a lot of nice features. One complaint though is that once you start the video recording in ultra-wide mode, you can't switch back to other lenses while you're recording. Now back to the stills. LG V40 takes nice looking photos, but compared to the newer phones, whether in budget or in mid-range segment, it looks a bit washed out. It is because the newer phones usually comes with a much more aggressive HDR, which makes their photos look more appealing to the eyes. That does not mean that the pictures of the LG V40 are bad. It's decent, but a more aggressive HDR could have done a justice to its hardware. When it comes to nighttime photos, the LG V40 has the ability to turn pitch black scenes into bright day-like scenes. Just look at these photos. These were taken at the night time, and I couldn't see much with my own eyes. But look at these pictures, these are simply extraordinary results. These photos were shot using the manual video mode of the LG V40. In the manual video mode, you get to see an option named as Graphy. which is actually an app linked to it, and it has a lot of useful presets to choose from. On the front side, it has two cameras. One is a 8 megapixel standard camera, while another one is a 5 megapixels ultra-wide lens. The image quality these cameras produce is good. It's not an awesome phone for selfies, but come on, it gives you more than one camera for selfies, which I guess should be a good thing for you. However, the video quality max out just up to 1080p. When it comes to the display, the LG V40 has LG's own P-OLED panel. The screen size is 6.4 inches and its screen resolution is Quad HD+, which has a PPI of 537. That makes it an extremely sharp display. Just for a quick comparison, the Galaxy S21 Ultra has a PPI of 515, which is a bit less than that of the LG V40. Yes, PPI is not a standard to measure the display quality, but it should give you some perspective on how decent this phone's display is. The content on this phone's display looks amazing. It shows saturated colors and gets bright enough to be seen outdoors. The viewing angles are also amazing, and there is also an option to customize the screen colors as per your liking. The LG V40 does not have stereo speakers, but it does give you a feature called as Boombox, which produces high impedance sounds when placed on a surface like a table or some kind of hollow box. But it won't work on every surface. It's a nice feature, but the stereo speakers are a better option. One of the downsides of the LG V40 though is that it won't be getting any future updates, which makes it a bit outdated device, although it is quite a capable phone from the hardware's perspective. The gaming performance of the LG V40 is also good. The gyros are very fast and accurate, and during the gameplay I have not seen any kind of stuttering or lag issues. The LG V40 has an octa-core Snapdragon 845 chipset and an Adreno 630 GPU. It has a 6GB of RAM and 128GB of UFS 2.1 storage. It also has a 64GB variant. When it comes to the built-in design, the LG V40 has a power button on the right side and volume buttons on the left side. And there is a Google Assistant button below the volume keys, which is not a remappable one of course. On the rear side you can see a fingerprint sensor, and to be honest, the positioning of the fingerprint sensor is exactly as it should be on any phone. Your fingerprint always sits naturally on it, and there is a very less hassle finding it. The unlocking speed is also reasonably fast and accurate. The rear glass of the LG V40 has a matte feel to it, which is a fantastic feature as it helps in gripping the phone better, and it also shows less fingerprints and smudges. The frame of the LG V40 is made up of aluminum, which makes it a relatively lighter phone to carry compared to the similarly sized phones. On the bottom, it has a 3.5mm audio jack, a microphone, USB Type-C port, and a mono loudspeaker. The LG V40 is IP68 water and dust resistant phone with a military standard 810G compliance, which basically states that it is tested to survive in relatively more harsh conditions. The LG V40's 3300 mAh battery is not amazing, but on normal usage it lasts from morning till dawn easily, and it supports 18 watts of fast charging. On average, the LG V40 gets charged up to 50% in more or less 40 minutes. The LG V40 has a tons of customization options. It has the always on display feature with plenty of styles, and it also does support wireless charging. Other features include NFC support, compass, proximity, barometer, gyroscope, boombox, Hi-Fi quad DAC, and micro SD support. Not only this, face unlock, the knock on and knock code feature is also worth appreciating, as it helps in locking and unlocking the phone without needing you to carry the phone in your hand every time. Overall, I have found LG V40 a very good phone for those who like a phone with a lot of manual controls and customization options, and I think it is still a great device to buy, especially in comparison with the similarly priced phones. So if you really want a high-end phone for a very less price, then I think it is still a good time to buy LG V40. And you can get one for around $250 to $300 in almost a new condition. So okay guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.